There's a moment we don't talk about enough. That quiet distance that forms between us and God after a mistake, after a relapse, or after a moment we're not proud of. We don't announce it. We don't plan it. We don't even always notice it at first. But suddenly, prayers feel harder. Worship feels heavier. Silence feels uncomfortable. And we start avoiding the very God we need the most. Not because we don't believe him, not because we don't love him, but because we're ashamed of yesterday. We think, how can I pray after that? How can I come to God when I just messed up again? How can I talk to him when I'm the only one who walked away? But here's the truth you need to hear. God isn't shocked by your struggle. He saw it coming. He knew the battle you were fighting. He knew the weight you were carrying, and he didn't walk away. You did, but he didn't. And that distance you feel, it's not God pulling back. It's shame building a wall that God never asked you to build. So today, we're going to talk about that distance, why it forms, why it lies to you, and how God is waiting on the other side of it with more grace than you think you deserve. Thank you for joining me here on Faith Between the Lines, and I'm Scott. Let's walk into this gently, honestly, and without fear. Shame has a reflex, and that reflex is avoidance. When we mess up, we don't want to face the consequences. We don't want to face ourselves, and we definitely don't want to face God. So we pull back. We get quiet. We get distant. We tell ourselves, I'll pray when I feel better. I'll come back when I'm stronger. I'll talk to God when I'm not so disappointed. But shame is a liar. It tells you that God is angry. It tells you that God is tired of you. It tells you God is done giving you chances. And none of this is true. Shame pushes you away from God. Grace pulls you toward him. And the moment you understand the difference, the whole spiritual life changes. One of the biggest lies shame whispers is this: you should be better by now. You should be stronger. You should be past this. You should have outgrown this struggle. You should have learned your lesson. And because you're not better, you feel unworthy to pray. But here's the truth. Growth is not a straight line. Healing is not a straight line. Faith is not a straight line. You're not failing. You're human. God doesn't expect perfection. He just expects honesty. You don't pray because you're perfect. You pray because you're loved. You pray because you're held. You pray because God already knows the truth and still wants you close. Let's say this clearly. God is not shocked by your struggle. He's not surprised by your weakness. He's not disappointed by your humanity. He's not keeping score of your failures. He saw the battle before you fought it. He saw the temptation before you felt it. He saw the moment before it happened, and he stayed. You think your mistake changes how God sees you, but it didn't. You think your failure pushed God away, but it didn't. You think your struggle disqualifies you, but it didn't. God doesn't love you because you're flawless. He loves you because you're his, and he's not going anywhere. There's times that all of us feel that distance between us and God. But you know, the distance isn't God. It's shame. When you feel far from God, it's easy to assume he moved. But the distance you feel isn't God pulling away. It's shame building a wall. Shame says, you can't pray like this. You can't come back yet. You need to clean yourself up first. But grace says, come as you are. Come right now. Come with the mess still in your hands. God doesn't ask you to fix yourself before you pray. He asks you to pray so he can help you heal. The distance is an illusion. God is closer than you think, closer than your guilt, closer than your fear, and closer than your yesterday. As a reflection of this episode, I wrote a short poem called Yesterday Doesn't Scare Him. You're scared to pray because of yesterday's fall, but God saw it coming and still loves you through it all. Your shame builds a wall that He never designed. He waits on the side where your truth is aligned. So come with your mistakes, your fear, and your plea. Yesterday doesn't scare Him. He just wants you free. You know, being honest with yourself is honestly the way back to God. It isn't complicated. It's not a ritual. It's not a performance. It's not a long speech. It's honesty. God, I messed up. God, I'm ashamed. God, I don't know how to fix this. God, I need you. That's it. That's the doorway. That's the moment the wall starts to crumble. That's the moment grace rushes in. God doesn't want you to be perfect. He wants the honest you. In that moment, you bring Him your truth. He brings you His healing. You don't have to hide. You don't have to earn your way back. You don't have to pretend. You just have to come home. My closing blessing for this episode and you today is, may you feel the courage to pray even when you feel unworthy. May you sense the nearness of a God who isn't shocked by your struggle. May shame lose its power, and may grace become your home again. And may you remember this truth. God isn't waiting for a better version of you. He's waiting for the honest one, the real one, the one He loves without conditions. I want to thank you for joining me here in this episode today. Your being here in this space matters. Your questions and comments are always welcome and can be left on YouTube or on Buzzsprout. Before I close, I want to take a moment to honor the families and the men and the women of our U.S. military, those who serve, those who have served, and those who stand behind them with quiet strength. Your sacrifice, your courage, and your commitment to this great country do not go unnoticed. May God bless you, protect you, and surround you and your families with the peace and gratitude from all of us. We'll see you here on the next episode. And always remember this, you'll never walk alone.